Good evening, everyone. Greetings from Nablus and Palestine, and thank you very much to ISOCARP and the organizers for giving us the opportunity of contributing to this conference. So who are we as Yalla? This is three of us co-founders. Yalla project is an applied research center on social spatial issues based in Nablus, Palestine, operating since January 2019, working on the interdisciplinary academic research and social enterprise together. Our goals in brief are to understand the everydayness of community interliving environment, to conduct grounded research, and to conduct learning by doing environment. Our working principles are, first of all, to work as a collective. So using the words of Jane Jacobs, cities have the capability of providing something for everybody, only because and only when they are created by everybody, and we work on this principle. Secondly, we work hands-on every day. We are not visitors. We do not want to be guests nor observers of the local community, and not even their consultants, but we participate actively to their everyday life. Thirdly, we are financially independent and sustainable through a paradigm that combines a research environment and social businesses. Fourth, we work through an acupunctural approach for which we combine and we select project sites according to the best balance between the smallest action and site, the highest impact, and the minimum budget. We work through a learning by doing loop that puts in continuous exchange and conversation, learning, working, and having a feedback from our own actions. We elect the everyday as our research and operational tool. Therefore, this unlocks us the possibility to work through an interdisciplinary paradigm. And we are interested in understanding the exchange between different scales of the physical environment and their pertaining social environment. Now to our work in the field of Nablus. This is the context where we operate. Here you can see the city of Nablus from above, and the type of spatial tissues that we deal with in our everyday work, and the very sites where we operate. Without going into the detail of the historical trajectory of Nablus, what is most important here to say is that since the 2000, Nablus is under constant attack from the Israeli military forces. This takes place through different techniques and actions, as you can see in the slides. And here it is how attacks look like and feel like. As a result, we are dealing with a situation where we have the systematic dismantling of the social tissue, the economic tissue, and of course the spatial tissue. And this is a footage by the Israeli army just from a couple of days ago. The years of urban violence that was endured by Nablus has resulted in a series of criticalities, amongst which abandoned buildings, a negative image of the city and its community, a shrinking and fragmenting society, cultural, economic, and territorial boundaries. So how to deal with it? First of all, with a vision. We have a vision that is Nablus Old Town, to be a lively, safe, productive, and sustainable city. And then how to do that? By involving the community in the reviving. So first of all, what we do is detect our local levels, which are both spatial and social. Secondly, we design a trajectory that ideally brings us to revive the local context, and here you can see the steps that we have envisioned for the very site that we work in, and highlighted in yellow the stage where we are now, the third one. We need to be tactical, flexible, able to reroute, and resilient. We have to incorporate crisis as part of our project. Therefore, we work through incremental logics that start with a small site, small investment, small steps, ready to grow up, but also ready to be redirected in case something dramatic changes. We are socially involved, as already said, in our principles. And how are we socially involved locally? We do things ourselves, also to create trust in the local community. We do things collectively, so we search for local help, especially with the neighbors and with the local businesses. We consider a project as inclusive when it well accommodates minority groups, and we consider it fair when it develops taking into account power minorities. Accordingly, we work consistently in understanding power geometries, understanding who is who, which groups operate on the ground, and what is their mutual relationship. So to lend to a consistent, I wouldn't say social mapping, but a way to navigate the local social space, and then be able to link it to the physical phenomenon that we see, which means to link or to understand the social meaning of the built environment. Then also a part of our analysis is focused on understanding how, according to the different spatial environment and spatial scales, the role and power position of each social figure changes and contributes to the development of space. In practice, how we do and what are we doing? We accommodate imaginaries, so we dedicated and we still dedicate a lot of time in understanding what are the feelings and the unexpressed desires towards the places where we operate. This means for us to engage in a very small scale at times work that has to deal with aesthetic features and interior design, colors, materials, textures. We work for activating socially strategic places. And here you can see some examples from our social cafe. This was an ancient house that was bombed during the Intifada and that now is open to the public as a guest house and a space for venues. This is a rooftop that, from being ruined, has become a sort of public square in the sky and also a venue for very private events even. So it is able to switch its role from very public to very private. And also, and very importantly, we seek to unlock community potentials. From those social mappings and power geometry, we try to understand which kind of potentials are not yet expressed and which kind of ways we can arrange for finding space for those resources to contribute actively. As one of our main goals is to make space for active citizenship as a way of not only reactivating and reappropriating, but also defending the city and its environment. Finally, for us, an inclusive space is a safe space A safe space for who specifically? For those power minorities that struggle to find an expression or a space in the built environment. This is a very brief overview about our local impact since we started working with few numbers. Thank you very much for your attention.